I hear Andrea. Do you like the sound? It's me. Master. Okay. Yes, I see and hear. You see on your preview. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Inside the Circuit, the show that brings you all the latest news and insights from the world of Roborace, tech and auto. My name's Matt and I'm delighted to be back again with you for this week's show, coming to you from my studio here in England, the home of football. As ever, we love to hear from you guys, so if you've got any questions at all, football related or Roborace, send them into @Roborace on Instagram or Twitter, or do leave them in the comments section below and we'll aim to get one of the team to get back to you at least as soon as possible. For any first timers, and there's always a few who stumble across us for the first time here and wonder what the hell is Roborace, well, firstly, where have you been hiding? And secondly, it's something pretty special. It's the world's first fully autonomous all-electric motor racing series, and we're already over halfway through season beta, which is the last chance for our teams to develop their AI drivers before the start of season 1, which will be coming to you in the very near future. We're all excited about that, but our next round, Mission 5, will be confirmed very soon, and the cars will be back out racing once again in Las Vegas once the crazy desert summer heatwave out there has subsided a bit. In the meantime, we've got a really exciting show for you guys today. Technology permitting, at least, we're going to be bringing you updates from all 6 teams currently competing in Roborace. So we've got Polymove, the University of Pisa, MIT Driverless, Autonomous Racing Graz, or ARG to their friends, Arrival Racing and Acronis SIT all popping in for a chat. So really looking forward to catching up with those guys. But before all of that, here are the stories hitting the news in the world of electric racing this week. And it's bad news to start with. Unfortunately, Extreme E has had to sadly cancel its final 2 rounds in South America due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. But whilst the Brazilian and Argentinian legs have been removed from the calendar, Extreme E, as you can see, are asking you guys, the fans, where they should go instead. So that's pretty cool. Also this week, it emerged that Formula One's new hybrid engines from 2025 are set to feature a massively increased electric component as part of their overhaul, as suggested by Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff. And the Williams CEO and former head of VW Motorsport, Jos Capito, added that Formula One must deliver significant change to its engine regulations and become carbon zero or zero carbon within 4 years. So that's going to be really interesting to keep an eye on. But right now, back to Roborace, back to our show. And before we start talking what happened last time we were in Vegas at round 10. Welcome along to round 10 of the Roborace Season Beta Championship. It's the world's only all-electric, fully autonomous racing series.
Polymove have been incredible. Remember, this is only their 4th day of competition. They've done it! Well, that is a huge improvement from yesterday. Autonomous Racing Graz, who yesterday came home in 3rd. They missed out on a top 2 by less than 30 seconds, and spectacular on there, some really good overtakes.
But in either way, we were really good. Bravo.
To focus 100% on the ghost cars.
University of Pisa are out onto the circuit. They're on target for a sub 6-minute run. No attempt to avoid that ghost car, but a step in the right direction here for the University of Pisa. Some serious pace, however they still haven't been interacting as well with the metaverse as they'd like. Interesting run there for Team Pisa.
Got a technical issue, we just dance and it's like delicious.
Acronis SIT Autonomous, watch for the overtaking skills, collecting some loot as they go. Such a complete performance, isn't it? Can do it all. They can dodge the metaverse, but they can do it at a really fast speed. Then, what a brilliant was for Acronis SIT Autonomous. Right, Arrival Racing then, and they snap 2nd place in the championship back. It was spectacular, but ultimately not that quick. MIT Driverless into autonomous mode. The car launches off the line. Though that is a pretty impressive effort here from MIT Driverless. Certainly more than I expected to see out of them.
Awesome job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Shute. It's actually it's really huge effort from each team member. So I would like also to thank each team members that put a lot of hours to do this progress.
Yeah, great performance from SIT last time out. Such an exciting, fast and fun mission 4.1. And this is how the results left the championship table, with SIT on top on 7,300 points. Arrival and ARG joint second, with MIT in fourth, University of Pisa in fifth. And our newest team to enter Roborace, Polymove, making impressive moves, impressing everyone by securing 2,100 points after just 2 missions. So great job from those guys. And speaking of the new kids on the block, our first team in focus tonight is Polymove. And I'm delighted to be joined now live from Italy by Andrea Ticozzi from Polymove. Andrea, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Matt. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well, and you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm just hoping this is going to go okay, because obviously Italy and England now are going to play each other in the final of the Euros on Sunday. So I don't know if you're a football fan, but we don't want any bad feeling there.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, let's stick to Roborace then, because you guys only came in. You guys came in 2 missions ago, didn't you? And you're already on the leaderboard, 2,100 points so far. Are you happy with your progress? Are you surprised by what's happened so far?
Well, of course we are very happy. We're very satisfied with how season beta began for us. Because as you said, we joined much later than the other teams, and in the end, in our first missions we weren't too much worried about leaderboard and points, even if of course we were 100% focused on doing our best. And I think in the end this helped us a lot, and being very relaxed and joining the competition with the right mindset and finding the right solutions to get where we are now. So we're super satisfied with how this, with our first impact with season beta.
Yeah, I just said before, it was so impressive. I think everybody watching was really thrilled to have you guys, some fresh impetus in the championship. What was the most challenging aspect of you competed in?
Well, I think that among the several challenging aspects here, in competing in Roborace, the most challenging one here has been driving, racing remotely for us, because we know that it's the only viable option right now given the current situation. But we think that even if competing on autonomous racing vehicles will always be a difficult task, it could be made a bit less complicated if we were able to be there on track, get feelings from what is happening, and if there's a problem, being there to solve it immediately. So we are really looking forward for the time when things will go better and we will be able to be all there with all the teams and all the Roborace staff to race really on track.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. Believe me, Andrea, we're very much looking forward to going out and being at the track itself. You guys have had a little time now to reflect on those first 2 missions and an opportunity to plan the next one. What are you guys going to bring to the next mission? What's your big objective?
The next mission will be very, very challenging, I think, because it's a huge step ahead with respect to previous one. Because we will have differently from before two very different scenarios on the first and on the second day. So in the first day we will have to race against 5 vehicles, 5 virtual vehicles, all starting from a starting grid. So track will be very crowded this time, and we are working a lot to improve our overtaking strategy, because like I must say that we're working on be much more aggressive than last time, still keeping an eye on safety, because in the end we want to keep like a clean sheet as we did last time. Then for the second day, that will be like totally different matter. It will be like speed and precision will be like the main actors, I think, and we will have to work to challenge with this moving loots that will move across the track, and like moving stuff at high speed it's definitely an interesting and challenging problem, and we hope we're working on the right solution. We're looking forward to see it working on track in our virtual driver.
Yeah, nice little insight for us there on what we can expect to see as well at Mission 5. It's really exciting. Listen, Andrea, when we get to the end of season beta and we're prepared for season 1, what are you guys, have you set an objective? Are you thinking, okay, this is something that we will be happy with? Have you got a target in mind that would satisfy you when we get to the end of season beta?
I think that our number one goal here, as probably many of the teams, is like getting ready for season 1, getting ready for real wheel-to-wheel racing. So having a real competition with more than one vehicle on track, more than one virtual driver racing on track at the same time. That would be awesome for us. And then, like, of course, goal number 2 for us, it's like getting sooner or later on the highest spot on the podium. We're aiming at that. We would be super happy of like getting to this goal.
Well, the way you guys are going, I don't think you're too far away from that. And finally, Andrea, obviously a lot of hard work goes into this project. What's the best thing about being part of a Roborace team for you?
Oh, well, if I must say, I think it's it's being part of a little revolution here. We're doing like stuff that very few people, very few teams in the world are doing right now. So you're like, I and all the team we are very happy of working on this like cutting edge problems, and like even when we got stuck, because like things are getting more and more difficult, we remember that's why we're doing that. So that's very motivating for me and for the team.
Yeah, and I guess that leads to progress as well. When you work as a team at a high level, we see lots of progress. Look, thank you for the rest of season beta. I'm afraid I can't have much good luck for Sunday for the football, but enjoy anyway.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks, Andrea. Ciao. Ciao. Okay, great to chat with Andrea. What a lovely guy. From one Italian team now to another one, and a team who've been with us at Roborace right from the very beginning. This is the University of Pisa. And joining me from the University of Pisa, although looks like that's not the University of Pisa. In the background it said Danilo Caporale, the team principal. Ciao Danilo, nice to see you. First of all, where are you?
Hi Matt, sorry I'm in a Uber actually, so sorry. Hi, how are you?
You're in an Uber. And I believe you're in Dubai as well, aren't you? What's going on out there?
Yeah. It's going good. Very nice place, I have to say. So, very cool place. How about?
Oh,
and
we're
I'm
very.
following the Euro 2020 as well. By the way, I was listening to you before talking with Andrea, and it's gonna be nice on Sunday. Let's see.
It's going to be very nice, yeah. And I think we should probably avoid that conversation for now, Danilo. Maybe next time. let's talk Roborace then. We're looking at everything that's happened so far in season beta today. From your perspective for the University of Pisa, what was the most appealing thing about joining the Roborace franchise?
Well, we joined some time ago, and we were fascinated by the challenge, by the technical challenges, the research challenges that the project was carrying, and it still does, because it's very unique and innovative in what it's doing. So we like all the aspects, both from the technological point of view, but also Roborace is developing is also very interesting. So we're very happy to be a part of it.
And what do you make of your team's performance so far, Danilo, both from the start of when you entered and also particularly in season beta and the last few rounds that we've had, the last few missions?
Yes, we've been doing. I think we've been improving a lot during season beta, and what we're aiming for also is to develop our software stack, getting it ready for season 1, and we're facing the challenges one at a time. So far, I think it's been positive for us.
And we're awaiting confirmation of the dates now for Mission 5, but I presume for you guys, the development doesn't stop, is it? You keep working on the tech until until you get given a date, basically, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a continuous effort, and it's the next one. The Mission 5 is going to be particularly challenging because it's something that you can easily do, let's say, in a simulation, in a computer simulation. But now that we're mixing the real world with the virtual world in the metaverse, the things are starting to get complicated. So this is a necessary step to go towards full multi-agent wheel-to-wheel racing. So we're working on this, and it's a continuous effort.
So for you guys, and I mean, I kind of asked Andrea this question as well, realistically, by the end of season beta, is that the main target for you? Are you not necessarily thinking so much about results, but making that transition from the simulator to the racetrack?
Well, I think this is something that, I think this is the real challenge, let's say, this year. The way I see it is that, the way we see it is that in 2021, we should see this transition from simulation to reality, and this is something very important, because once it's achieved, once we're ready for season 1, I think in some sense, then the real fun will start, let's say. But right now, it's already funny a lot, but it's hard work just to make that happen. And as well, on Roborace side, there is hard work with the teams to make this happen. So it's a necessary step, let's say.
And finally, Danilo, what's the best thing for you about being part of a Roborace team? Is it that opportunity to, I guess, I mean, you're already working in developing this new tech, but the chance to put it into a sporting context, is that the most fun part for you as a sports fan?
Yes, I mean, in robotics in general, I think one of the best drives that works in robotics to accelerate the development is having competitions, challenges. You see all around the world in different areas, there are these challenges that push you to do this and to do it in a competitive way with other teams. So because it gives us the chance to do our work, but do it in a competitive way. So it accelerates the development a lot for us. So I think it's the right way to do it, basically. So.
Yeah, you're doing a great job as well, Danilo. Thank you so much for joining us today from Dubai. Enjoy the rest of your trip there. I'm assuming you got the executive option on Uber, looking at the leather seats in the back there. So enjoy the football, and we'll see you very soon. Enjoy Dubai.
looking forward to the next Mission 5. Bye.
We'll see you then. Thank you. Thank you. Ciao, Danilo. Okay, from the University
ciao.
of Pisa now to one of the most prestigious technology universities on the east coast of America. It's MIT Driverless. Yes, MIT Driverless, of course, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Always fun to talk to the guys. And we've got a new face this week, Kazuki Shin. Normally we would speak to Chris Chang or Kylie Ying. So it's great to see you, Kazuki. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. This is my first ever live interview, so I'm kind of nervous. But yeah, I've been keeping myself busy this summer, and a lot of exciting things are happening in Roborace. So I'm more motivated than ever to get things done.
Good man. Don't be nervous at all, Kazuki. This is we're here to have fun. Hey, listen, I guess from your job title there, Path Planner, that's not to do with landscape gardening, is it? Just tell us a bit more about exactly what your role is within the team.
Yeah, so I'm on path planning team, and I'm currently focusing on deploying features related to the metaverse. So that mainly includes like interacting with goods such as and dynamic loot, which was newly introduced. And I'm also currently the operator for race and test days, which encompass like making sure our most up-to-date stack is deployed, as well as making real-time decisions about our race strat, so that our car performs the best it can, given like the racing conditions on race day.
Okay, cool. And how long have you been involved with the project then, Kazuki? Is this a case of when you start at the university, you have the option to kind of get involved with it, and presume you have that option until you graduate, I guess?
So I actually recently joined Driverless around 4 months ago, and I gained interest in the team a few years back when they started competing in Formula Student Driverless. And during my undergrad, I did research relating to topics in the AV space, but I didn't have many opportunities to actually develop fully autonomous systems. So it was really awesome to be able to be a part of this highly motivated team and work with many talented individuals.
Yeah, what a fantastic opportunity for you. And also, I guess right now with your specific role is getting more and more important, isn't it, as the metaverse develops and as we get more and more new elements to contend with it at every mission.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you cut out a little bit. What was the last part?
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying that your specific role is getting more and more important as we move through the different rounds and the metaverse becomes more and more relevant and there are more elements to contend with.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really proud of our team for what we've accomplished in this short span of time, but I definitely have to improve of, like you said, the metaverse, especially in our previous mission races. Our car was able to race very fast, but it kind of struggled more to cleanly overtake the ghost cars. So I believe dynamic objects in general will be a bigger part of the upcoming robo races. And I think that's a key area that our team can improve on. But yeah, I think we have a lot of new exciting features lined up in our software stack. So I hope we can showcase that in the upcoming missions.
As you mentioned there, the style has been quite fast and aggressive so far, hasn't it? Are you guys, across the team, are you quite consistent with your desire to approach the race? Do you always kind of agree on strategy, or is that something that you have to kind of communicate and find some compromises in yourselves?
So I think our stack has a lot of different variables and settings we can put on our planner and other parts of the stack. So I think there's multiple parts. One would be offline before the race, where we discuss and kind of choose our main goals for this upcoming race, as well as during the race, as operator, we have to make some real-time decisions depending on the weather conditions or what other teams are doing before us, and so on and so forth.
Okay. All right. Well, look, Kazuki, well, you mentioned just before about getting the opportunity to work with such talented individuals as part of a team. Is that the best thing about Roborace for you, or have you been surprised? Has there been something else that's kind of popped up and you've really enjoyed about the process and the competition?
Yeah, definitely. So I think for me, the best part is that the multidisciplinary aspect of building an autonomous system. So being able to like work with these engineers from different specializations has allowed our team to like solve problems from very many different perspectives. And this, in addition to like the hands-on and competitive racing aspect of race, has been perfect for me as a person who loves to compete and work on cars.
Awesome. Well, great to hear that you're enjoying it, and great to hear your plans for the future as well. Thank you so much for your time, Katsuki, and you did a great job. You could tell the rest of the team that we won't need them from now on. Great stuff. Thank you. Okay, that's 3 teams down and 3 to go. Now, earlier in the week, our brilliant, kind, funny, intelligent, excellent chef and all-round superstar producer Lisa, who's been playing around with my script, has caught up with our next 2 teams who are currently joined in the championship. They are Autonomous Racing Graz and Arrival Racing.
So Marcus, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this week on Inside the Circuit to talk about all things season beta so far. For those at home who don't know, I just want you to explain briefly what your role within the ARG Roborace team is.
First of all, hi to everyone to be part of this session today. I'm the technical lead of ARG, and my position is to look that all people are working together and that we, as good as possible, get the vehicle running on the track.
Amazing. And is that quite a tough job to get people all together to work well?
Yeah, sometimes it's really a tough job, but also quite the people in our team, they know quite well what to do, so it's not that hard in the end. But of course, it still we need to spend a lot of time together to get the things running, but so far it's working quite well.
Well, it must be working well because ARG are currently joint second with Arrival on 5,800 points. Are you guys pleased with that, or are you surprised by your own performance?
Yeah, we are a little bit surprised, of course, that we are currently with Arrival on the 2nd place, but also when we look to the other teams like MIT or Polymove, they're also quite strong, and of course Shute, they're really amazing, so they're really doing a great job. But also we are a bit surprised of our current result, but hopefully we can hold this position until the end of the season.
And how would you describe ARG's racing style?
Tough question. So our racing style. Yeah, we are driving quite fast and we are hitting sometimes obstacles. We don't collect all the loot, so we are just more focusing on fast driving at the moment. But I think this will going to change in the future. So we're also going to collect more loots and avoid better other obstacles and overtake much nicer. So this will be our future driving style.
Now, we don't quite know when Mission 5 will be next, but what have you guys been working on? How are you going to improve on your last performance?
So our planner guys, they spent a lot of time to improving the algorithm so that we are better overtaking other ghost cars. So because the ghost cars, they are quite difficult, they're not following any more parallel lines to the racing line or to the center line, they are following a racing line. And then it's quite difficult to predict them, and also to consider then not only one car, to consider up to 5 other cars in your planner. So this is quite hard.
Now, Mission 4.1, we saw some crazy speeds from SIT. Are they going to be the team to beat this whole season, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. So from the beginning, they had a very good planner, and I think they had an easy job to adapt all the things, all the new missions from Roborace. So they're really doing a great job. But also the other teams are quite competitive, like Polymove, they are not. They skipped the first races, so I think they started at the 3rd race, and still now they're very fast. So impressive job what they did.
Yeah, they've done hugely well, seeing as they've only had, half the amount of time as every other team. Marcus, what's the best thing about being in a Roborace team?
Yeah, we are a little bit of pioneers, so we are doing autonomous driving, which is kind of a new technology or a new research topic, and then this at the limit. So this makes Roborace quite interesting. So we can try out our algorithms at the limit, and in our normal job where we are working with normal cars, they drive quite slow, and it's not, of course it's quite interesting, but it's not that exciting and not that competitive.
Well, we shall see what happens at the next mission. Marcus, I wish you and the whole team all the very best of luck. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thanks a lot. See you the next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Human.
Pavel, firstly, thank you so much for joining us this week on Inside the Circuit. We normally speak to your colleague Alexei a lot during the races. We don't get to see that much of you. So for those people that don't know, what is your role within the Roborace team?
So for now, I'm officially team lead of our racing team. That's why my role is just the rival racing team lead.
Great. And you guys started off the season beta quite strong, and it seems to have kind of slipped away a little bit. Is there something you think has gone wrong? Is there one thing that's gone wrong for you guys?
Well, I would say we have quite complex goal here, because we just don't want to solve only racing scenarios. Well, as a rival company, we are thinking about road relevant technologies. That's why sometimes some of the solutions are quite complex for us, because we have to unify all the cases, because we just want to solve multiple tasks at the same time. That's why we try to have unified solutions, and that's why sometimes it goes wrong.
And how would you describe a rival's racing style?
A rival racing style? Wow. That's quite interesting question, but I would say that we have lots of the other projects, we don't try to just compete in Roborace season beta. We also do some challenges with human. So I would say that, as I already mentioned, we try to have unified approach. This is why I would say our ADS racer is more like average driver, but with some specialties inside from the racing world. And this is how I can call it more unified autonomous driving solution.
SIT in the last mission were super quick. Are they going to be the team to beat for the rest of this season, do you think?
Every team can surprise everyone. That's why I would say the main goal for us to solve our challenges, to solve our goals first, and only then we're gonna compete with other teams. Because for now, we try to to prepare more road relevant technology. Yeah, for some reasons, sometimes it's quite difficult to compete in racing scenarios. That's why I would say the most important competitor for us, we are. And only then we will try to compete with other teams. But again, every team is quite strong. That's why I will not be surprised if we have a new leader for the next race.
That's such a racer's mentality, you know, the strongest competitor is yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. That's kind of like a Formula One driver would answer.
Yeah, exactly. This is how it works actually, because yeah, you know, you shouldn't look at other team, how do they do their technologies, because you have to bring in this world your specialty, I would say, your uniqueness in some reason. That's why I would say the first competitor is always you, and only then others.
Now, we don't know quite when the next mission is going to be, but what are you guys going to bring to the table, and are you excited to kind of get back out there racing again? Yeah, again, as I already mentioned that part, because we will try to be more stable first. So, you know, we were trying to solve lots of the previous problems to make our solution more unified for cities, not only for racing. That's why I would say the main goal is just to be stable, is just to be quite safe in terms of hitting other objects. So we will try to more do some following stuff rather than overtaking in every corner. That's why we will not be so aggressive, I would say, initially at least. But then we can see that how we can improve our performance, and only then we will try to be more aggressive, I would say, in terms of racing, in terms of overtaking. But the first and the main goal here is just to show really stable run without hitting everyone. Yeah, just to represent that our technology is bringing safety in our world. And that's, as you know, the main goal of autonomous driving first. Well, Pavel, I wish you all the best for the rest of season beta, and thank you so much for chatting with us today. Thank you. Was really happy to see you. Thanks, Pavel. Bye.
Okay, last but certainly not least, time now to catch up with the championship leaders, sitting top of the table on an incredible 7,300 points, 1,500 clear currently ahead of their nearest rival in season beta. We are, of course, talking about Acronis SIT. And joining me now is Ilya Shute. Ilya, normally we talk during all the stress of everything that's going on during a Roborace event, so it's nice to just have a little bit relaxed time to catch up. How are you guys doing? What's going on over at Acronis SIT at the moment?
Hey Matt, yeah. So what's going on? So actually, as usual, we are developing our software, improving our algorithms, and trying to be better prepared for the next mission. So as you know, the next mission will be quite different from previous one. So we expect to have a grid start with 6 goals cars on the track with almost similar performance. So it will be very interesting to see and test our software and technology stack in this case.
Yeah, well, I want to ask you a little bit more about that in a moment or two. But first of all, I mean, you guys have gone from strength to strength, haven't you? After a slightly shaky start to the season, you know, you've eliminated some of the, and actually at the moment you're in such strong form. You must be really proud of the progress you've made in the last couple of missions.
Yeah, we are very happy with the progress that we have, and I believe it's because we're trying to show the best that we can, like each time, and improve our software and be prepared well for each mission. And also, I believe that in Roborace, in current situation, situation when we didn't know, for example, before the next race, we know the rules for the next mission, like like months in advance, so we don't have quite a lot of time to be prepared. So I believe it's a speed of adaptation to the new challenges, speed of to absorb the changes of environment from Roborace is a good policy that we need to have and need to achieve.
And what gives you that competitive advantage at the moment, Ilya? What makes you guys able to adapt seemingly better than the others at this stage?
To be honest, it's hard to say for me. I mean, I'm trying to analyze like what we are doing good, what we are not doing good, and I believe all teams are equal. It's very hard to highlight that like one aspect or like could bring benefits or like differentiate one team from another. We are almost at equal position from the very beginning. So we have a similar technology expertise, experience, and similar teams, similar like developers. I mean, and I don't know, the difference is quite small. Maybe like it's a bit more of testing or a bit more of like passion that we put in our work. So probably this one.
And Roborace have been having quite a lot of fun over the last few missions with the metaverse. We've seen some quite interesting objects out on track, but we're getting closer now, aren't we, to wheel-to-wheel racing? And if you want to call it this, I'm sure that we're still going to be having lots of fun, but it's getting more serious now, isn't it? Is this the bit that you've been looking forward to about season beta?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's our main goal, like in season beta, is to achieve wheel-to-wheel racing, and that's what we are preparing for. And what we are testing is actually how our software is good enough for wheel-to-wheel racing or not. It's a really high bar. I mean, for Roborace to achieve a wheel-to-wheel racing of autonomous car on the track at the same time on the real track is like different turns. So it's really hard goal and complex goal, and we are preparing for it. And as you see, we're doing like step-by-step improvement, and sometimes it's not like you can reuse like everything that you have in previous mission. You just like a slight improvement in your software, and then like everything continue working. Sometimes it's like a completely rework, disassemble your software, and then like combine it again with different like pieces. So everything is unpredictable for us, like how it can work for the next time, because as I said, like software is changing, and what works for us like in the past maybe not be working next time. So that's why we are improving each time and like creating from the scratch sometimes. And regarding the wheel-to race,
go on,
yeah,
sorry,
continue.
Carry on.
Yeah, I just want to mention that wheel-to race, that's real achievement that we would like to get, and like to participate in wheel-to race during this season and like finish this season in wheel-to race. It's our main goal, and I believe it's the goal of Roborace and each team. So we would like to see it.
Yeah, talk about mission 5 then, Ilya. I mean, I think you kind of touched on it there. You never really quite know if the technology is going to work until we hit the track, which is the really exciting thing about it. But are you confident about what you're bringing to mission 5, and can you kind of give us a bit of insight into what it's going to be?
It's interesting. Actually, we don't know. I mean, we had like about like 5 laps of testing, and we cannot see like we can't judge based on this testing what we will have, because at the last day of after the last test session, our hard drive dead after the race, so we can't see even our data from the test. So I believe we prepared based on what we see in simulators. We prepared well, but we cannot test really the performance of the car on the track and understand how the car behave in the new track in different weather conditions. So that's what we didn't test, and it's quite, I mean, disappointing for us. But we believe that we'll have a chance to have those tests and analyze the data and improve a bit the performance.
Okay, well that's interesting. You never know, do you? You never quite know what's going to happen. And for you, Ilya, team principal, as well. This is an interesting role, isn't it? Because it's not just, I guess, about taking care of the technology and the development on that side, but also the human side as well. How do you enjoy looking after a team of, effectively it's a sports team, right?
Yeah, effectively it's a sports team, and I'm really proud of the team that we have and people who are joined this team. They are really great guys and doing great job. So I'm happy to be part of this team. So yeah.
Well, you're doing a great job of it so far, Ilya, and we're really excited to see what you guys bring for us at Mission 5. So best of luck there, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Ilya. Thanks for joining us. Okay, right. That is just about it for this week's episode of Inside the Circuit. My old pal Rachel Stringer will be back in the hot seat next week, Thursday, July the 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 6 p.m. British Summer Time. Mission 5 will be confirmed very soon. And trust me, you guys will be the first to know about it right here. In the meantime, I really hope you enjoyed today's show. I certainly did. I thought it was really great to catch up with all the different characters dotted around the world, from the back of an Uber, the back of an Uber car to wherever else in Italy and all over the place. It's fantastic fun. Stay connected. You can always get in touch with us on the Roborace Twitch channel, on Instagram, and also, of course, on Twitter. We're always happy to respond to you guys' questions, whatever they are. There isn't a question that's too stupid, so please keep those coming. Hope you enjoy today's show as much as I did, and looking forward to seeing you very soon after the football. It's coming home. See you soon.